So guys and girls, welcome back to another video. Now I have been using the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge for one whole month right now, and through that time I've actually observed a few of its pros and its cons, which is what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So let's get into the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge 30 days later. My initial reaction when actually picking up this phone was how well crafted the phone actually is. The glass back and curved edges make this phone really stand out. I love how it comfortably rests in your hands and it has a comfortable fit as well. Now something that I do want to note is the glass at the back is actually a fingerprint magnet. Like literally it will just pick fingerprints up like crazy. So I'd recommend to either put a skin or put a case on this and then problem solved. Now something which I actually want to talk about is actually when I use this phone one-handed, what happens is part of my hand naturally curves over the screen, so I accidentally press things on the screen which I don't want to, but it can be fixed if you actually do have a case. If you buy a £600 phone, you would expect it to run smooth and get the job done. I can confidently say that it does that exactly. Whether you throw multitasking at it, whether you do a bit of gaming, you watch videos, this will handle it like a boss. Seriously, it's really good. The 4GB of RAM and the Snapdragon 820 makes this phone run buttery smooth. Now a lot of people bash TouchWiz for being slow and laggy, but honestly Samsung have proven that it doesn't make a massive impact. The features that they offer are there, and if you use them then great, if not then they do not lag out your phone or anything like that. In addition, if needed, you can always customize your phone by adding a third-party launcher like Nova Launcher or other ones which you find on the Google Play Store, and that is something which I do with every single Android device. Moving on, I found something which is extremely useful, and that is its IP68 rating, which means it is waterproof. You can take this thing in the shower if that's what you want to do and you're that type of guy, fair enough. And you can also drop it in the toilet and it would still be fine. And I never actually realized how much of a big deal waterproofing on a smartphone is until I had to use it in some situations. So definitely thumbs up to you, Samsung. At the bottom of the phone, you will find a 3.5mm headphone port, a micro USB, which I will be getting onto in a second, and also some speakers which are meh. Literally, they don't sound that good, they have tinny audio, and honestly, I'm not the type of guy to use my smartphone speakers, as I really love Bluetooth speakers, so it's not really a big deal for me, but for some people, it's going to be a deal breaker. Now, talking about the micro USB port, obviously, if you don't want to use that, you can actually have fast wireless charging, which is what I really like about the S7 Edge. Literally, I have not even plugged this phone in once. Yes, I have not. I've used my wireless charger for pretty much every single situation, which is great. The main reason why I decided to purchase this phone was purely on the camera. Although it has less megapixels than the Samsung Galaxy S6, it goes to show that sometimes less is more. Pictures on this phone are phenomenal and nice and vibrant. Although sometimes colors can be oversaturated, I don't mind, as this is the best camera on any phone, hands down. The low light on this camera is amazing, and also the autofocus is stupid quick. Click on the top right hand screen if you want to see me compare it to the iPhone 6s's camera. And also, did I mention that the slow-mo feature on this is amazing? Literally, I've used this so much, and slow-mo is now one of my top 5 favorite things on a smartphone. Check this out. This is a 30-day later video and not necessarily a review, so I briefly want to talk about some concerns which I had while using this smartphone. Something which I found really bad was actually the S7's battery kept overheating. I even tweeted this out and a bunch of you guys said that there had been other reports saying that the battery would actually overheat in some units. So I definitely think that some people have a defect unit and I might be one of them. So something which I don't expect from a company like Samsung. Speaking about the battery, I do want to say that this is the best I have ever used on any smartphone. When I go to school and come back, I usually have over 50% left, and also I went from 6 AM to 6 PM in which I used it intensively, and I still got to the end of the day with 15% left. If you do need a phone that needs to last the whole day, then definitely pick the Samsung S7 Edge. There has been a lot of talk on this little home button or Fingerprint Scanner. During my testing, I found that it worked 7 out of 10 times, and it was not as accurate as the iPhone 6S's, and that's purely because of the way the button is shaped. Obviously, Apple's version is shaped in a circle, this is more rectangular. I find the Fingerprint Scanner to be a time saver, and really when it works, it is amazing. Before I summarize my thoughts, I want to talk about that display. Seriously, Samsung, you killed it. The 2K screen is vibrant and the colors are actually accurate and everything pops. Pixels are not noticeable and I really dig everything about it. Not to mention the curved screen and the always on display. Speaking about it, the always on display is useful at times. For example, you can glance at the time and look at how many missed calls you have or whatever you have assigned your clock to look like. But honestly, it does actually drain the battery, so I actually turn it off before I go to sleep. If not, it will actually lose about 10% when I wake up, which is something which I don't like because I generally have to last a day without charging the phone once. Okay, so final verdict, do I recommend the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge? And the answer is yes. If you need a really good, well-rounded phone, then that is the choice for you. It has a great battery, great camera, great everything, and overall it's an amazing smartphone. But would I pay £600 or $800 for it again? No, I would suggest you guys to actually wait 2 or 3 months if you can to actually find a cheaper deal on the phone because prices normally drop on Samsung phones. So wait a bit. If you can't, then obviously get it and it's still gonna last you 2 to 3 years if you're careful with it. Anyway guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to smash that like button. And also I'm trying to step up my social media game, so make sure you go follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Periscope, literally everything will be linked in the description below. Also, thank you very much for 1,000 subscribers on my entertainment channel, which will also be linked down below. And that's pretty much it. Comment down below, #GoobieKima if you did watch this far into the video. And yeah, anyway guys, I'm Hamza from Super Extreme Video, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Latest lads, bye.